The refreshing cucumber has been cultivated for at least 3,000 years, originating in India. It's a member of the gourd family, along with melons and squash. Jill Bebout and her husband, Sean Skehan, operate Blue Gate Farm near Sheridan. They sell 70 different varieties of fruits and vegetables, including cucumbers, at the Des Moines Farmers Market and to their CSA customers.
The farm has been in our family for about 4 generations. I had zero interest in farming as a kid. This was kind of heart home. I loved to come and spend time here and rummage about in the timber and the fields, but I was a suburb kid. I wanted to do theater and the arts and went out and did those things for a long time and then decided that Iowa was a nice place to come home to.
Cucumbers grow on a long, creeping vine. They'll sprawl along the ground without supports, or they'll use their thin, spiraling tendrils to grab a trellis.
Sometimes the cucumbers won't grab onto the trellis themselves, so as we go along, we like to tuck them in. These are our suyo longs, which is a long Asian cucumber.
They can grow more than 2 feet long, but at that point they're more chicken feed than they are people food. But 14 to 18 inches is their prime size. They're a burpless and seedless cucumber, and they're excellent for slicing. They're probably my number one favorite. They're a nice sweet flavor.
All cucumbers have green skin, soft white flesh, and edible seeds. They're technically a fruit, but are most often eaten as a vegetable. They're categorized in 3 ways: slicing, pickling, and burpless.
The original style cucumbers tended to cause a little bit of gas. They would make people burp. So that's one of the things that you'll see in seed catalogs is cucumbers listed as burpless.
Cucumbers can grow very quickly and abundantly in Iowa. But because of pest and disease pressure, the reality is a very short season for many growers.
There are some very distinctive pests that cause us problems. There's the striped and the spotted cucumber beetles and squash bugs. It can happen very fast, so we tend to plant a high volume and get them going as well as we can and inundate our CSA members and our farmers market customers with as many cucumbers as possible early because we're going to lose them. All right, ladies, you want to go harvest some cukes?
For Jill and Sean, growing cucumbers is worth it because their customers really enjoy them.
It's really fun to have them try for the first time the suyo long cucumbers, the long Asian ones, or the lemon cucumbers, because they're ones that you don't tend to see in the grocery store. They're a little bit unique looking. I've never had a customer come back after trying a suyo long and say, no, I'd rather have the smaller, cheaper ones.
It brings so much joy to Jill's heart when their customers share their enthusiasm and when kids get excited about the farm.
I don't think people really understand the return when they're enthusiastic about the product and share what they're doing with it, and that becomes part of your, not just your job, but that becomes part of your family, part of your whole point of doing what you do. And that's really rewarding and makes the really hard days much more worth it.